Good morning, everyone. Today is a very big day along my Alaska journey. For those of you guys that are new here, my name is Trent and I live and travel out of my van all across North America. And for the past couple of weeks, I've been making my way up from the lower 48 of the United States up to Alaska. And I am excited to finally say that I am just 2 hours away from the Alaska border, and I am so relieved. For weeks, I have just been driving north, trying to get here as soon as I can, and we're finally almost to the finish line. However, just because we cross over the Alaska border doesn't mean that our journey on the Alaska Highway ends. This highway actually goes all the way to a town called Delta Junction. So I want to drive all the way there just to say that I completed the Alaska Highway. But right now, Millie and I are starting off our morning like we always do with a nice little stroll, and today we woke up next to this beautiful river that we camped on last night, and we're right off the Alaska Highway here, just right off the side of the road. You can see my van way over there, and it looks like a nice big rain cloud is coming in, which looks kind of spooky. But I think it's about time to head back to the van and start packing up, because I'm ready to start my adventures in Alaska. Millie, come on, let's go. Good job. Okay, I got my passport and Millie's paperwork to cross back over into the States, into Alaska, which I think this is all that I need, just a passport and Millie's proof of vaccinations, but I could be wrong, but we're about to find out. So let's hit the road. All right, we're about to cross the border over to Alaska. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited right now. Millie, we made it to Alaska, can you believe it? Woo! Oh my gosh, I can't believe we freaking made it. What a drive. Millie, how do you feel? How do you feel? Are you as excited as I am? Well, we made it, folks, to the 49th state of the United States of America. And it feels good. What a long drive this has been. But oh my gosh, I could not be happier to be here. This is freaking awesome. Now it's time to go through US Customs. We'll see how that goes. Hello.
Just you on board?
Just me and my dog.
Great day. Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, that was easy. Well, everyone, welcome. Welcome to the beautiful state of Alaska. And this here is officially my first campsite here in Alaska. I drove for about 5.5 hours today and landed here in between the two towns of Tok and Delta Junction, which Delta Junction is actually where the Alaska Highway ends, and that's about an hour northwest of here. But as I was crossing the border today, I was thinking to myself, just a couple weeks ago, I was in New Mexico, toying with this crazy idea of driving all the way to Alaska. And here we are, a little over a month later, and we finally made it. It feels so good. You guys have no idea. And so far, my first impressions of Alaska is that it's hot. Like, it's gotta be like 78 degrees Fahrenheit. I definitely don't need this long sleeve shirt on, so I'm gonna go change and get camp set up for the night. Okay, so since I'm officially in Alaska, I figured it would be fun to look back on how much time it took me to get here, how much money I spent on gas, and how many miles I put on my van. And the numbers are very interesting. So when I made the decision to drive up to Alaska, I was in New Mexico in a town called Alamogordo, just a couple of hours away from the Mexico border. And the day that I left was May 13th. It is now June 17th, so it took me a total of 1 month and 4 days to get here. Granted, I was taking my sweet time. I wasn't rushing by any means. But before I left New Mexico, my odometer on my van read 73,413 miles. And since then, my van's odometer now reads 77,720 miles. So total, I put about 4,307 miles on my van going on this journey, which surprisingly isn't as much as I was expecting. Now, gas on the other hand, real quick, I want you guys to guess in the comments how much money you think I spent on gas driving from New Mexico to Alaska. Go ahead, leave it in the comments. And if you get this right, I'll be super proud of you. But in total, the amount of money that I spent on gas on this journey, so far at least, is $1,033.52. Which actually is not as bad as I was expecting. I was thinking like $2,000, $3,000, but no, $1,000. Granted, that's still a lot of money for gas, but not as bad as I was thinking it was gonna be. But yeah, there you have it. Those are the statistics of my drive so far. I can't believe it's already been a month and 4 days. This has flown by so quickly for me. Time does fly by when you're having fun though.
Making all appearances, weed and wine, my weaknesses, all I see in front of me, I miss. Cancel all the plans we've made. Clothes don't fit, I wanna fade, disappear, and take no shade. Was it worth it? Was I leaving there?
right, everybody, it is bedtime, and I'm actually going to bed pretty early tonight. It is 10:30, and even though the sun is still high in the sky, I'm fighting all that sunlight by putting all of my Reflectix up on all the windows in the van here, and it's not perfect, but it'll do. So I'm gonna hit the bed, get some sleep, and I will see you all in the morning. Good morning, everyone. I woke up this morning, immediately packed up camp and hit the road because I was so ready to finish this drive on the Alaska Highway. And I drove for about an hour this morning and made it to the town of Delta Junction, which is officially the end of the Alaska Highway. And along my travels up to Alaska, I met someone that told me that if I stop at the visitor center here in Delta Junction, I can get a certificate of completion for driving the whole Alaska Highway, which is super cool. So I'm gonna head into the visitor center, grab that certificate, and then if there's a restaurant around, I kinda wanna grab something to eat for lunch because I feel like this calls for a little bit of celebration. Well, I'm originally from Georgia, but I've been living on the road for like 5 years now, traveling all over. Alaska's kind of my last place to go, other than Hawaii, of course. Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, my official certificate of completing the Alaska Highway has been acquired. This certifies that Trent the Traveler has gone through the trials and tribulations to reach mile 1422, the end of the Alaska Highway at Delta Junction, Alaska on this date, June 18th, 2024. It's official, baby. We did it. Woo! All right, let's celebrate with some good food. Hi, Future Trent here from next week's video. We're camped out somewhere really cool in northern Alaska right now, and the video is gonna be pretty sweet. So if you don't wanna miss that, make sure you're subscribed. But anyway, when I was editing this video, I realized I didn't take time to sort of reflect and give you guys my thoughts and impressions on the Alaska Highway after completing it. So we're gonna do that now. But when I did my first bit of research on the Alaska Highway before I set sail on the adventure, I feel like a lot of people made it seem a lot more scarier than it actually was, in my opinion. I think the whole drive is like a total of like 23 plus hours of straight driving, but it really wasn't that bad. I mean, the roads were pretty well maintained, but the one thing I was really scared about is the potential of running out of gas along this road, because this highway does go through some pretty remote parts of northern BC and the Yukon, but surprisingly, there were plenty of gas stations along the way. A lot of people recommend that you carry an extra jerry can with you in the event that you run out of gas along the way, so you can top off real quick to get you to the next gas station. However, there were plenty of gas stations for me, and I never got below half a tank. However, I did fill up any chance I got just in case, you know? But also, in the event that I did run out of gas and I didn't have a jerry can, or I broke down or something, even though this highway is kind of remote, it's actually a really busy highway. Like, this is is the highway that people take to get to Alaska during the summertime. So there are people coming and going non-stop. So if I were to break down, run out of gas or something, someone would pass me in just a few seconds and I'd be able to get help in no time. So after my first couple of hours of driving along the highway, that fear of being in a really remote place with a lack of fill-up options on gas kind of started dwindling away, and I started feeling a lot more comfortable. But overall, that was a really great drive, and I'm really glad I did it. Met some great people along the way, experienced some beautiful places, and 10 out of 10, I'd do it again. So if you're thinking about driving the Alaska Highway and you're a little bit scared, you got nothing to worry about. In 2024, I think it's totally doable, and it's a much easier drive than it probably was 10, 20 years ago. Now, in the wintertime, that's probably a whole different story. A lot of the gas stations are probably closed, and I doubt tourists are driving that road because of how cold and snowy it gets up there. But if you're going in the summer, you'll be just fine. Okay, back to the original video. Future Trent here is gonna continue adventuring around northern Alaska, and I'll see you guys next week. Well, plans have changed a little bit, and instead of just celebrating over some good food, I decided to treat myself to an experience. So I booked myself a site at a campground. However, it's not just any campground. This campground is a hot spring, and this place is called Chino Hot Springs, just an hour outside of Fairbanks, Alaska. But this place is awesome because there's so much to do other than just the hot springs. There's tons of hiking trails. I can get a massage if I want to. There's a restaurant, there's a cafe, and there's even like some ice sculptures I can take a tour of, and ATV tours. There's just so much to do here. And I got a campsite for just $20 a night right up next to this creek here. And this place is just beautiful. But I think I'm gonna start my day off by grabbing a coffee at this cafe here. And then I'm gonna take Millie on a walk around the campground so we can get a lay of the land here. Maybe take a dip in the hot spring, maybe grab a bite to eat. I don't know, we'll figure it out, but I'm just excited to be here. This place seems awesome. Can I come in here with my dog? Yes. Awesome.
We're kind of one of those places they're more welcome than you are, you know, not to be mean. But
I love that, that's awesome.
we can pet them, you know?
Yeah, of course, she would love that. Good job, Millie.
Thank you. Do you want a pup cup?
Oh, she would love that.
What is it?
Yep, she knew right away when he said pup cup. Oh, thank you. You just made her day. Can I get a small mocha?
Yes, of course.
Awesome.
You enjoy?
Great, thank you so much.
Yes.
Dude, these mosquitoes are unreal here.
Yeah, you just gotta get real good at killing them.
Yeah, do they get worse? Or is this like the peak?
I think this is like the peak because
Oh, they're just like-
I swear you'll smack them sometimes and they just fly away and you're like, how
Yeah,
did
I
you-"
know.
You're like, how?
Thanks, guys. Man, the people here are just awesome and the atmosphere is fantastic. And believe it or not, a lot of the people that work here at this resort aren't Alaskan locals. There are a lot of seasonal workers that come from all over the world. Like there's people from Japan, North Carolina, all over. And places like this not only pay well, but they're seasonal and they offer housing and even food sometimes. So everyone here works and lives on the property, and it's like this really cool community, and that's why everybody's nice, because it's just, this is their home, you know? And in a way, they're kind of like me. They're nomads. They're hopping from place to place, working on the road, but they get to go to some cool places. Like I was talking to someone in there, usually she's working in Hawaii, but this season she decided to work in Alaska on a whim, so now she's here, and you can just kind of do that. And if you're wanting to explore the world, but van life isn't obtainable to you, this is a great alternative. And apparently, if you go to coolworks.com, you can search for different seasonal job opportunities, just like this one. So, something to consider. Huh. They've got a massive plane here, just up on these stilts. I'm not sure what the significance of that is, but it's kind of cool, I guess. It's so strange and random. Up. That was a good walk, wasn't it, Mills? These mosquitoes are unreal here. Everybody warned me about them, but you know, I thought they'd be like, you know, kind of a pest, but they literally swarm you when you're out there. So I have to keep my sliding door closed while I'm in Alaska, which I hate doing because I love the natural airflow. I love the natural light. So I actually ordered me a bug net for the sliding door. And thankfully I met a guy along the Alaska Highway on my way up here who was nice enough to let me use his address to ship some things. So I shipped it to there and it should be there in a couple days, which I'm really excited about because even keeping my door closed, like there's still mosquitoes in here. They like come in as you come in the van. It's really frustrating, but hey, it's the price you pay when you come to a beautiful state like this. All right, Mills, I'll be back. Love you. Awesome, thank you. Wow, the atmosphere of this place is awesome. I definitely feel like I'm in a log cabin right now in Alaska.
How we doing over here?
Great, how are you?
Oh, can't complain.
That's awesome. Yeah, you work a great job. I mean, this is a great place to work, man.
We're hiring.
I wish, but I can't. That's awesome though.
Second or two with that menu.
I'm gonna be pretty wild and go with the wild Alaskan salmon.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Heck, well, let me put that in for you.
Awesome, thanks, man.
Absolutely.
Whew, this is hot. See why they call it a hot spring now. Whew. Oh, this is nice. And even though it's like probably 75 degrees Fahrenheit outside, the hot spring is still very refreshing, but I bet it's even better in the wintertime when it's like negative 50 degrees. Apparently it's so cold that like your hair freezes up and your beard freezes up, which would be really cool to experience.
Welcome to the Aurora Ice Museum. It is about 24.9 degrees Fahrenheit or -4 degrees Celsius inside of this building. We're all gonna file on in. Like I said, find a parka buddy, make some room for everyone. Keep swimming, just keep swimming. As you can, I can only yell so loud, all right?
We can grab the ice.
Wow, this is incredible. And it actually feels really good in here. Maybe I'm just built different, but it's 24 degrees in here, about 72 degrees outside. And I definitely prefer this temperature over that. But everything in here was carved by a man named Steve Bryce, who's actually here now doing some ice carving in this very building, which is super cool. But all of these sculptures are about 19 years in the making. So these have been around for a while. And what's super cool is that all the water that's used for all these ice sculptures comes straight from the water here in Alaska, from the ponds, the lakes, the rivers, the creeks. And you can actually see some bubbles in some of the sculptures here, and that's from the naturally occurring methane that you'll find here in the lakes in Alaska. Whoa! Hello! The acoustics in this igloo is very interesting. Hello! Wow! This is incredible. I'm just so blown away by how talented some people are. Like, how do you carve such intricate designs into ice like this with like chainsaws and drills and stuff? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. So that's the man himself, Mr. Steve Bryce, carving his next piece. That is so cool. And apparently he's not always here, but he decided to come today and continue working. So I guess I came on a perfect day. So after I finished up with that ice museum tour, which was actually really freaking cool, I went on another tour that talked about the geothermal heating that this whole resort utilizes. And I initially thought that this place was just a hot springs resort with a campground and some cabins attached to it that you can stay in, but no. That's not the case. It is so much more than that. It's basically like this self-sustaining community, because scattered about this property are several greenhouses sprinkled throughout. And at first I thought they were just greenhouses where they grow flowers for the property or whatever, but no, they grow actual food in there, like lettuce, tomatoes, zucchini, squash, and all of that food feeds both the restaurant and the employees that work and live on the property. And those greenhouses are fully operational all year round because of geothermal heating. Basically, they pump the hot spring water through the greenhouses into radiators that help keep the greenhouses warm throughout the winters, where it gets down to like a low of like negative 50, 60 degrees Fahrenheit. And on top of that, 85% of this resort is powered by geothermal heating. And the other 15% is powered via diesel, but that is just crazy to me. And they even go as far as like the merchandise that they sell in the gift shop there in the lobby. They make that stuff in the hangar where all of the machinery is for the geothermal heating. They make it in there with like 3D printers and laser cutters and stuff. And that is just so cool. Between all of that and the fact that all the employees live right here on the property all year round, it really does just feel like this tight-knit, self-sustaining community. And I just love that. And believe it or not, a lot of parts of Alaska are like this apparently, because, you know, Alaska's landscape is pretty harsh. I mean, the winters are brutal here. So getting things shipped here, whether it's merchandise or food, it's really expensive. So a lot of places grow their own food, produce their own power. Being off-grid in Alaska is kind of the norm. And that's exactly what this place is. And I just love it. And you know, when I was eating lunch today, I was wondering, man, this food just has like a certain spark to it. And that's because it's grown and harvested fresh right here on the resort property. And I'm definitely gonna eat there again tonight because of this new knowledge that I have of where all the food is coming from. And honestly, guys, if I ever stop making YouTube videos, it's probably because I moved to Chena Hot Springs to work at the resort. This has been such a cool experience so far. I don't think I wanna leave.
Letting go of reservations so they don't hold me back any longer. I'm pushing through the complications, 'cause everybody says they make you stronger. I've been lost inside my head for longer than I care to admit. Moving my feet across this floor, gonna walk right through that open door. Oh, whoa, whoa, oh, gonna walk right through that open door. Now Sometimes I get turned around, just following the ups and downs of my day. But I'm done with letting doubts creeping, reaching for the confidence to find my way. Find my way. I've been lost inside my head for long.
I'm gonna do the roasted rack of lamb. Thanks, man.
Moving my feet across this floor, gonna walk right through that open door. Oh,
There you go, girl.
oh,
Love ya.
oh, gonna walk right through. Gonna walk right through that open door, singing oh, 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 gonna walk right through. Gonna walk right through that open door. Open door. Gonna walk, 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 walk. Gonna walk.
All right, it is officially dinner time, and I got my evening soak in the hot spring, so I'm feeling nice and relaxed. And after learning how fresh some of this food is at this restaurant here, I decided, you know, I'm gonna treat myself again and eat at the restaurant for dinner. However, I ordered it to go because I kind of just wanted to cozy up in the van tonight, watch something on my projector, and feast and just relax. And what's on the menu tonight is just some lamb and a salad. However, I'm not exactly sure what this green sludge is. I don't know if it's supposed to be a sauce or what, but I'm interested to figure that out. Cheers. Wow, that's good. Let's try this green sludge. It's like a sweet mint. I don't even know what to call that. That's so weird. I don't know about that. But I think for the rest of the night, I'm just gonna enjoy this feast, watch something on YouTube, and just wind down until it's time for bed.
In April of 2020, a 17-year-old named Sam, who was an avid outdoorsman, decided to go on a one-night hike in the Superstition Mountains in Arizona. The mountain's name has a bunch of supposed origins, but the one that's generally accepted is people are afraid of the Superstition Mountains because of all the mysterious deaths that have occurred there. And so because people would avoid these mountains in fear of mysterious death, it became the Superstitious Mountains. But Sam was not superstitious and regularly came out here to go hiking, in particular on this 8-mile loop.
All right, everyone, you guys know the drill by now. My belly's full and I'm nice and relaxed. And this was an awesome first few days here in Alaska. I've just had so much fun, and hopefully you guys had just as much fun as I did. And if you did, let me know in the comments below. But it's getting late here, and surprisingly, I'm tired at a reasonable time. Finally, it's about 11 p.m. despite it still being very bright outside. But I think my body is finally starting to acclimate a little bit. So I'm gonna get some sleep, and I just want to say thank you guys for watching this video and following me along on this crazy adventure. I've got some really great plans in store for some future videos I'm going to make while I'm here in Alaska. So if you don't want to miss out on those, make sure you guys are subscribed. But of course, if you want to support me further than just a like here on YouTube and get access to bonus content that you won't find here on my YouTube channel, consider subscribing to me on Patreon, where you can unlock so many other videos. But with that being said, I'm going to get some rest, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.